Welcome back to OCTO Cloud Foundry Service Marketplace video. This is the third part of the video. We will introduce how simple to participate in the development and contribute your services selling in marketplace from services providers' eyes. As we said before, there are three roles in the service marketplace. We will focus on the service marketplace part. To a service contributors, what they care is it easy to contribute a driver and sell it to marketplace? How about the threshold to contribution? How will the services sell on marketplace? Firstly, let's see how simple to start contribution. An organization need to apply to become a service driver developer with provider's name, type with necessary identification informations. Send these information to the services marketplace managers. After the service marketplace managers verified the information and approved the application, the service providers will get the developer's token. There are three important items in the token. Token ID, which is unified and the identification of a development organization. Token password, please keep secret of the password. This is used to manage the development token. Access key, which is used in the development for accessing the framework services and manage the services. The access key is important to development. Token manager can generate multiple access keys and distribute them to developers in the organization. With the access key, developer can use the services from service marketplace to simplify and speed up service driver development. Currently, the service marketplace framework has provided data store for keep informations, the asynchronized job for waiting long time running functions, cron job for scheduling regular tasks. With the help of them, driver developers need not to handle the complicated threads operations. Service marketplace will provide more helpers soon. Another important usage of access key is manage the services provided by the organization, including update the services with new features, enable or disable a version of services and more. A service driver is a common Python package. We can use the modules and classes inside the package, as well as the external packages. We claim the external libs required in the dep.yml file, and make sure it is put in the root folder of the project. In our case, we use 4 external libs: Keystone Client, Heat Client, Nova Client and Glance Client. The core class in this driver is mysql.p, which is main class to manipulate the services. First of all, it needs to extend the base service class, which service marketplace makes sure can be found in path. The class variable endpoints defines all actions can be called, the descriptions of the endpoints, the parameters of the endpoints. Every drivers are required to implement create, delete, bind and unbind, these 4 base endpoints, which are called by Cloud Foundry Service Broker. Besides those, driver contributors are able to offer more distinctive endpoints. These endpoints can be used with SMKT CLI. For example, the snapshot endpoint, we have demo in the second part of the video, is defined in the endpoint variables here. Every endpoint corresponds to one method in the class. These methods have to return 2 values. The first one is whether the process runs successfully, the second one is the value returned to caller, who is the Cloud Foundry user. It has to be a dict or a list that can be shown in the command line interface. Another tip is the driver contributor can leverage the services provided by Service Marketplace framework. In the snapshot function, we use the data store to persistent the snapshot informations. The services from Service Marketplace are pure REST API. In our driver, we wrap it in a separated module and datastore.p file. As we said before, the access key or call dev key is used to access these services, and need to embed it to HTTP request header. The API endpoints of these services from Service Marketplace can be found in development documents. We wrapped the HTTP calling to CRUD methods. So in mysql.p, we can use the data store with the methods in datastore.p module for data persistence. Currently, we have 4 actions in the MySQL service: create a snapshot of the database, list all snapshot have been created, delete a created snapshot, revert the database to a given snapshot. These features we have demo in second part of the video. Now, we need to add one more actions, rounding snapshot, which let the Cloud Foundry user be able to schedule a cron job to take snapshot for their database. This feature is very useful in database backup case. We always set a periodic database backup at night. Let's implement it together. We need to use the cron job service provided by Service Marketplace. Let's create a module to wrap cron job REST API. Same as data store service, to access cron job service, we need to embed the access key to HTTP header. We wrapped 4 methods of cron job: create a job, delete a job, list all jobs of one development organization and list all jobs of one Cloud Foundry service instance. Import the module into mysql.p. Add routing snapshot to the endpoint variable. There are 2 parameters except for routing snapshot, name to indicate the job, and the time is a Unix cron format. Correspond to the endpoint, we add the routing snapshot method. We build the parameters for create a cron job, and tell it to call the snapshot method of MySQL service. The module is current drivers module, while class is the MySQL service class. The function to call is the snapshot method. We create a cron job, rather than a defer job. All we need to do, is throw these to the cron job services with the module we just created. If the return is a cron job object, it means the job has created successfully. Let's try to upload the new service driver to Service Marketplace. We compress the whole project to a zip file. Since there is no command line to upload a service driver currently, we create a very simple shell script to upload it. As we said before, we need the access key to update the service driver. The last part of the driver upload endpoint is the name of the service driver. The access key need to be embedded to the HTTP header. The file to upload is the one we just compressed, called archive.zip. You can find the shell to upload the driver as a simple curl command. Let's run it. And get 201 status code, which means the driver has been uploaded to Service Marketplace. We have discussed the second thing a service driver developer cares whether expensive to contribute. From the previous demo, we have seen a developer can contribute the server without hardware required, which just implement the codes and upload to the marketplace. The process to implement a driver also very simple. We have built some service helpers for contributors, let them get rid of the data persistence and threads manipulation issues. So, in a big picture, what happened when the developer upload the driver? We have demo that, driver developer upload the codes with the access key to Service Marketplace. The Service Marketplace store every version of the drivers, but it will not run it. And Service Marketplace will send a review notification to the Service Marketplace manager. Let us do a trick. We check the notification in the database. We see a pending approved service driver appear in the database. The Service Marketplace manager can get the new driver implement, review it. If it qualify, he will approve the new driver. Let's skip the review process, and approve the pending approved service with REST API. Once the new driver got approval, Service Marketplace will update it automatically. We can see the return of the service driver record has a new endpoint added, routing snapshot, which we just added. Because the Service Marketplace will update once the driver update, so the Cloud Foundry user can immediately get the new features. We run the list service action again on the service MySQL demo created before. And see routing snapshot action has been added. Let's test the new feature we just added from Cloud Foundry user perspective. smktcli to run a extra action from driver. We will execute the routing snapshot action, with the 2 parameter, name to specify the job, and time as a cron table format. For the demo purpose, we make it run the snapshot every 5 minutes. We can find there are only 4 snapshot in our OpenStack environment now. Let's run it. The return shows we have successfully created a job in Service Marketplace. Here is the detail of the job. The job will be execute 5 minutes later. We expect the 5th snapshot will appears in the OpenStack dashboard then. Now is 39 past 4. Exactly 5 minutes has passed. We found a new snapshot is creating. Because it is a periodic job, so let's wait another 5 minutes, there should be another new snapshot created then. Let's check. Yes. There are two Snapshot in OpenStack, but there is a problem. They has the same Snapshot name. This is because a bug. We implement the routing snapshot feature with a fixed name using the timestamp of the routing action being called. We can very easy to fix it in the production environment. We will open source the drivers after fixing the bug, and add a more completed actions, such as list all routing snapshot jobs created, delete routing snapshot job, and etc. We can conclude the driver contribution as, firstly, before contributing to Service Marketplace, the organization have to apply a development token, then generate access keys for every developers. Secondly, a service driver is a common Python package, but the driver classes have to implement the service base class. Thirdly, the driver classes have to define a class variable called endpoints. Each endpoint is corresponding to one method to implement. Fourth, Service Marketplace provides a set of service helpers, such as data store, jobs, which frees the driver development. The contributors can leverage them. Fifth, Service Marketplace supports hot plug driver, which means the driver developer can upload the updated drivers, once the Service Marketplace manager review and approve it. The update take immediate effect. The Cloud Foundry user can get the new features at once. We greatly appreciate if you interested in contributing the Service Marketplace. For more detail, please contact me. And thank you for watching the video.